What up? What's the word? How y'all doing? It's the boy, the big face bully boss. You already know where we at. We're coming to you live and direct on location from none of your business. As you can see who I got sitting next to me, man. We got the man himself, the walking, living legend, Williamsburg known, Mr. Marty Wright, man. How you doing, brother?
Good, brother. How are you?
I'm always positive, man. I'm gonna tell you, it's an honor to have you here. As I told you yesterday, I'm gonna keep telling you every time I'm in your presence. I'm glad that you're out. I'm glad you're here, and I'm glad we about to chop it up, have a good time, and just have a good conversation, man. So, you know, thank you for blessing us with your presence, man.
It's my pleasure to be here, man. I'm always willing to tell my story to help somebody else.
That's a brand. That's a brand. Appreciate you. In case y'all don't know, every neighborhood has a legend. You know what I'm saying? I don't care where you go in the world, every neighborhood has a legend. As you all know, I'm from the Bronx, New York, so you know we got people like Bumpy and all of those. This guy right here, this is Williamsburg zone, man. So for the people who do not know who you are, I want you to go ahead and formally introduce yourself so they can get acquainted with who you are.
Okay. Well, my name is Marty Wright. I lived and grew up in Centerville, the Ville. I rep the Ville. That's my home. It's always be my home. I mean, those that don't know me, you know, I'm pretty sure you've heard things, you heard about me, but to know me is to love me, man. And if you don't love me, you don't know me.
I like that. I'm gonna say what I've heard about you from the lighter side of things is that you were able to galvanize your community, get guys together to do some good things. You created a nice little movement called the Vapors, if I'm not mistaken. That actually still thrives. There's a bunch of guys that still carry that name, of course, in a positive way, of course. And how do you feel about that new movement being transcended from back then to now? Do you have anything to do with the new movement, or you just respect it?
No, I just respect it because those guys are from a different generation, and they took something that it started off positive, and then it went negative, but they've taken it to another level where it's become positive once again.
Absolutely.
And I'm so happy and so proud of them for doing the things that they're doing. I have had the pleasure to meet a lot of people since I've been home. I'll be honest with you, you know, I've met and dealt with very few people since I've been home because what I needed to do was get my feet up underneath me.
Yes, yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Get my thoughts right and get my mind right. So that way when I do step out there and meet and greet people, they're getting the best of me.
I like that. I like that. You said something yesterday in the park where you was more like, you know, you used to have to be you was glad, let me correct that, you was glad that you didn't have to be a monster to stay in prison.
Right.
You know what I mean? But when I heard that statement, it resonated because it spoke volumes. I don't know if anybody caught that trap you put out there, but basically you had made it be known that you chased that paper. And the understanding I got of you was a very no-nonsense kind of guy. There's a funny story about you that goes around that you were so serious and strict about your business that people never even seen you with a woman. That's how private you were. It was about that money. So when you hear, first and foremost, shout the angel them over there, Vapor Entertainment, that's the namesake you all carry. As you heard him, he said he wanted to meet you all, so you already know. Salute to y'all for doing that for that brother in this situation. Just to go back a little bit, right? Because do you think that you were really like a monster, or do you think you were just adapting to your environment and do what you had to do to survive? Sincerely.
Well, I wouldn't say, you know, I was a monster. I did have a mind of a maniac. And when I say that, I don't mean that in the extreme derogatory sense. It was in the sense that I was very serious, but I was also very dangerous. You know, so, and I can admit that.
Okay.
I can admit that. And, you know, for me, it was all about money. If it didn't make dollars, it didn't make sense.
I heard that too.
And so that's what it was about with me. It was about money. It was about taking care of my own, feeding mine, and doing what I had to do. But also in the streets, you know, Centerville was my home. Centerville attracted a lot of people because Centerville was a money magnet. So you had people coming from everywhere trying to make money, but they was coming to our neighborhood, coming to my neighborhood, trying to do things that they shouldn't have been doing.
Respect.
So in that accent, you know, I had to adapt to what was being brought to me.
True indeed.
You know what I mean? Because nobody in my neighborhood could ever say I've done anything to harm them. I protected my neighborhood from outside influences. Even though I was in my lower self and doing things that I didn't have the right to do or shouldn't have been doing, I never harmed anybody from my neighborhood. I protected my neighborhood, and that's why my neighborhood loved me the way that they did.
Sure did.
However, when I, again, to go back to the saying that I had the mind of a maniac, it's because it was whatever.
I'm gonna say this. I don't wanna see that in mind of a maniac. You had the entrepreneurial spirit, and you was by any means necessary. So you was Malcolm X outside your neighborhood, but you was Martin Luther in your neighborhood. That makes sense?
It makes sense.
You know what I mean? Like,
I wouldn't argue with that statement.
Yeah, I want you. The reason why I say this is because a lot of times, we always digress and downplay ourselves because of what you used to do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You didn't do anything wrong. You adapted to your environment. You did what a chameleon does. You knew the environment. Actually, what you did back then, I feel needs to go on now with people protecting our neighborhoods. A lot of the times we don't. You got the old ladies that can't get the doctor's appointments. We need to put a van in neighborhoods so somebody can transport them without waiting for an ambulance or something like that.
Yes,
we need to start fixing these parks out here. You right about that, but there ain't nothing wrong with that.
Right.
If somebody come to destroy your neighborhood, you post it, tear them up, get them out of the way. They trying to destroy what you're trying to uplift.
Right.
So, so let me ask you this. How long you been home?
How long I've been home?
Yeah. You ain't got to get exact. Just give me a roundabout, you know what I'm saying?
I've been home longer than people think I've been home. I've been
Okay.
home for about, I want to say about 14 months.
Okay, so.
14 months. 14 months. I've been home about 14 months.
Okay, that's about. You popped on my Facebook page one day. You know what I'm saying? You was a little heavier on it from the picture anyway.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I was like, okay. But I didn't know what to think of it. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm a real different type thing to do. So I used to hear about you, like I said, and I don't know you, so I was like, this is people I'm not friend requesting that guy. I don't know him. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I'm not friend. I don't know him. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So let me ask you this: like, since you've been home, like the magnitude of love, do you think the love that you get in Centerville is greater now, or is it greater then?
Well, like I told you, I've been to Centerville since I've been home probably 3 times. And I haven't been out in the community to meet and greet the community. But the love that I've been shown from people on Facebook, asking me there, trying to meet me, wanting to see me, it's the love for me from those that I want that love from will always be there.
Most definitely.
You know what I mean? Because like I said, to know me is to love me. Because that I love my friends like I love my family.
Sure.
There was no difference. You know what I mean? And so for me, the love that I have in the community and for the people that looked up to me, because you got to think now, back in the day, we used to be in the park in Centerville playing basketball. Little kids used to come. I used to buy them candy and sodas and all that stuff while we were out there playing basketball. Well, they're grown now.
Most definitely.
They're grown now. So a lot of people hit me up on Facebook. I remember you. I remember this. I remember that. Because like I told Maurice, I had more patience with children than I had with grown folks.
With the adults, most definitely.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I love kids. I always loved kids, and they loved being around me. And they used to be so attracted to my car.
What you had back then? What you had back then?
I had a Mustang, man.
Yeah, the
5.0.
Mustang. Okay.
That's my favorite car in the world.
Yeah, I hear that. Yeah, the Mustang, the 5.0.
Yeah,
okay.
So I haven't been able to get back to Centerville and get out there like I want to, mainly because I work a lot, but also because, like I said, I'm taking my time, I'm pacing myself.
Most definitely.
But I do want to say this though, that me and my older brother, we got our birthdays around the same time. So this summer, we're gonna have a big party. We were supposed to have it in March.
Okay.
With my older brother, but he got married, so we didn't have the party because
Salute to that.
because of his wedding. And I big ups to my brother for getting married, man.
Salute.
I appreciate that, and I appreciate him letting me be a part of the wedding. But this summer, me and my other brother, we gonna have a party, and all the people that I haven't met or haven't seen, hopefully we'll be able to see them then. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so you hear that? It's going down, Centerville, I'm assuming, right?
Yeah, well, we'll have it in Williamsburg.
Oh, it's gonna be in Williamsburg. Okay.
I could have had it in March, but if I couldn't have it in Williamsburg, I didn't want to have it.
That makes sense. Why not do it in your hometown?
Yeah, I want
That
to do
makes
it where
sense.
I'm from because there's a lot of people that want to see me, that I want to see them. And Centerville, I mean, my hometown, Centerville, Williamsburg, that's my heart. You know what I mean? No matter where I'm living, Williamsburg, Centerville, that's my heart. That's what's always going to be.
That's it, man. Okay, I want to get a little deep right quick. See, yesterday something happened. I was amazed at it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But along with what I saw, I get little pieces here and there of the history. So yesterday, we was in Highland Park. Shout out to Tony Overs, he came home. You know what I mean? I saw you two gentlemen.
That's my guy.
Lincoln, and that was beautiful. You know what I'm saying? But there's a piece that someone says that, it wasn't always like that.
Well, that's not true.
Okay, now that's what I'm talking about. I'll tell you your story, because something came to me that y'all was at when y'all was younger. Nothing like recently. When y'all was younger, I mean, y'all was on two different sides of the burg. One's East Williamsburg, of course, you already know.
That's not true.
Okay, I like to hear. That's what I'm talking about. You
That's
hear
not
that?
true.
Falsehood get cleared up on something to talk about. You see how that came? Somebody came to me. Now, I haven't been out here for that long. This man been gone longer than I've been out here. When you come to me, man, come to me with the facts, because I'm going to ask the people, man. Don't try to make me look bad. I'm going to do my job exclusively officially. You understand me?
Well, like I said, man, if you don't want the truth, don't ask me.
That's I appreciate that. Shout out to T.O. Shout out that we had the ball in Highland Park. How was that experience? Did you like that? That was a good experience.
Yeah, man. I was caught off guard because I didn't know that what was actually going on. I was going out to, pay homage to a person that I got love and respect for.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And I respected him back then, but I respect him even more because of the man that he's become. You know what I mean? We're on the same journey. We're on a spiritual journey. We're on we call it, back in the jail, we used to call it, I used to be an OG, now I'm an MOG. An MOG is a man of God.
Oh, you hear that? MOG. Oh, I like that. I like that. That's good.
And I respect him for being an MOG. And, so that was why I was paying homage to him by showing up. It was a pleasure to be there, man, and I saw some people that I have love for and that had love for me, and it was good, man.
Yeah,
I appreciate it.
For what I saw, like I say, when I came out here, to give you the backstory on me right quick, when I moved out here, I moved to Stratford, and I was going with Evelyn Fraser. I don't know if you know, they've been in Highland Park for a minute. She just recently passed away, though. But I was living in Highland Park, you know what I'm saying? So I met everybody from Highland Park. That was, when I first got my wife. But then when I got to Centerville, it was like the energy was different. You know what I'm saying? Like, people would treat me different at first when I came. Because they go, oh, your boss, he be out there, he be out in the park. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know the difference. He was like, what you mean? It's all Williamsburg. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm from the Bronx. I'm from the Bronx, right from the Bronx. But it was like different. And then at this particular time, Centerville and Highland Park was at odds. You know what I'm saying? Now, when I came, everything was pretty much, y'all wait was over. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was like a ghost town out here. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But just to bring a lighter side to the dark times, I want to know what Marty Wright back in the day used to do for fun. All the money you made, I know you did some exclusive stuff. I know you had to do something crazy. Like, what was your best or greatest splurge when you was out getting that bag? What was your best joint?
Well, I used to travel up your way a lot. I love going to New York. New York was a place that I used to go in Jersey, because Atlantic City was the closest thing to Vegas.
Yeah, really.
So I used to go out there, man, and I spent a lot of time up New York. I spent a lot of time, back and forth to Jersey. But to be honest with you, if I could think it, I did it. That was just the way it was. If I could picture it in my mind and I wanted to do it, that's what I did.
Man, you hear that? I love that.
It was just about having fun. I love having fun. I love doing the water parks. I love going to amusement parks. The things that you would do, like I said, I had kids.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean? I did things that was fun. Water skiing, jet skiing, all that kind of stuff. I wasn't just gonna sit back and just be a nothing and nobody and not do nothing and nothing.
Yeah.
So that wasn't the case. So I enjoyed myself to the fullest.
I like that. So let me ask you this. Now, over your tenure running the streets, right? If you was to sit back and think, how much money do you think you touched? Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, how much money you think? Not just how much money you think you
I'm gonna respectfully decline to answer that question. I'm gonna respectfully decline to answer that question.
Yeah, we're gonna.
I'm gonna let their people's imaginations.
Yeah, we're gonna leave that as a good answer.
I'm gonna respectfully decline to answer that question.
The IRS do want them taxes. They don't care how long they want their money.
So I'm gonna continue to let people
Yeah,
Use
that's
your
it.
imagination.
Yeah, you ain't gotta do that. You gotta go. Okay, so let me ask you this.
But one thing, I will say this. One thing for sure, two things for certain. I was not your average guy.
Yeah, I get the sentiment. Like, you know, when I saw you for the very first time, which was yesterday, I was amazed at you because I swear, like, you know, reputation, you know, a lot of times precedes people. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know Pistol Pete. You know what I'm saying? So to know him and hear how people talk about him, it's not. But your stature, I thought you was gonna be this big, burly, fat, brown skinned dude that's gonna have an attitude. I mean, just, you know, before I even saw you, whatever, because I heard it was a poster running around you guys when I came out here. And it said, YouTube had the cars and the money, and also you can have the life in prison. You know what I'm saying? How did that make you feel when they try to, like, glorify and then, like, downplay? Like sincerely, how did that make you feel when they made that situation?
You know, for me, you know, when they made those posters and, you know, that hurt me to my heart because, number one, like I said, I had children that was in school.
Yeah.
And so, you know, I never wanted my children. Let me clear something up. Let me clear something up.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? Me, no matter how I lived in the streets, you know, what made me kind of different from a lot of people is I knew how to separate street life from home life.
Okay.
Some people don't know how to do that.
That's a band. That's a whole band.
Some people don't know how to do that. They take their street life home with them. They treat their women and their children the way they treat guys in the streets.
That's a fact.
I was never like that.
Okay.
And so how my children saw me and how my females saw me mattered to me.
True indeed.
You know what I mean? Because I wasn't the same person at home that I was in the streets.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I could separate the two. And so when they made those posters, you know, that hurt me to my heart. But it also angered me because for the simple fact it didn't tell the truth.
It didn't. The picture that I remember was two guys standing in front of a vehicle, a nice vehicle.
Neither one of those were me.
And that's what I heard. That was the crazy thing about it. Like, I could never, you was like the headless horseman for the longest time because I heard that wasn't you in those pictures.
No.
And they had the money sprawled out, the guns and everything, but they had a list of names. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe, with great respect, your mom was one of the people that was on here.
Yes, sir.
Like, I want you to clear something up. Again, you know, I don't know the story, but this is something else that came to me about 2000. If I'm wrong, just don't knock me out, obviously. Like, word came back that, and again, with great respect, that you could have let your mom get out, but you didn't.
No, well, the truth of the matter was the opportunity to release my mom was given by the government, but my lawyer never told me about it. And that was one of my issues. I mean, it's public record.
Yeah, most definitely.
It's public record.
Okay.
I mean, people would choose to believe what they want to believe, man, but the truth of the matter is my mom was and always will be my first love.
Yeah, I heard your mom, keep it a band, was probably more cutthroat than you know. She was a real nice lady, but I heard she was just like a zero tolerance, no nonsense lady.
Only when it comes to somebody messing with her family.
Okay, I like that. I like that. I like that. Okay.
You know, my mom was, you know, she would give a person her last piece of bread.
Man.
That's how she was. You know what I mean? She was kind-hearted. She was the best woman I ever met in my life. You know what I mean? And she always will be my first love. But the truth of the matter is, like I said, people can believe what they want to believe, but it's public record. So I don't have no reason to lie about it. And like I told you, my life is an open book, man.
Yes,
you know,
yes.
my lawyer never told me about the plea bargain that I was offered. And in the plea bargain, they offered to let my mom go if I would have pleaded to life in prison, which I would have gladly did that to let my mother go.
Of course, I mean that's any self-respecting man, most definitely, especially knowing what you was out here shaking and baking and doing.
Yeah.
That's salute. So you hear out the horse's mouth. It wasn't as tragic because they was like, yo, he's a monster, and he didn't want to let his mom out. And then unfortunately, I heard unfortunately. Were you able to go to that service? They let you go? Because my dad is doing life right now. My dad is on Sussex too. And my grandmother passed, and they wouldn't let him go to the funeral.
No, they wouldn't let me go to the funeral. They taped it and brought it to me, and I was able to watch it. You know what I mean? My children went and represented me.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But let me just say this to you, man. It's easy to think and feel the worst about a person, especially when you don't know that person.
True indeed.
And you know, it doesn't surprise me that people would think that about me. It doesn't surprise me. But those that know me know that nothing came before my mother to me.
I love that.
Nothing.
I love that, man.
And nobody, not even my children. My mother came first.
That's so bad.
And I'll tell you, people, I would tell you a little funny story.
Yeah, let's get it.
My mom, you know, on Valentine's Day, no matter what female I was dealing with, I went to dinner twice on Valentine's Day.
Okay.
It was always twice. First, I go take my mom out to dinner. Then I come back. Then I would take my lady out to dinner. So I went to Valentine's dinner twice. I went to Mother's Day dinner twice.
That's love, right?
Because my mom always came first. And I used to call my mom on Valentine's Day and ask her, Mom, what you doing? Well, you better stop playing with me and come get me.
Okay.
She
got used to it.
The fact that she know her baby boy was coming to get her.
So you the baby?
So, yeah, I'm the baby.
Oh, wow, I didn't know that.
So, for everybody who don't know, and everybody who has this misconception about what happened with me and my mother in that situation, it's public record. That's all you gotta do is go look at it. But know this, please know this. Please know this. There's nothing in this world that I wouldn't have did for my mother. I would have laid down my life for my mother. And let me say this also. If I did it for my friends, why wouldn't I have did it for my mother? I went to prison so my friends wouldn't have to.
Yeah, I heard about that too. You kept it a bang.
So let's get that
You
straight.
held water, yeah. He held water. He ain't put that nigga under the bus, yeah.
A lot of people have children. A lot of people have wives because I stood up. And I stood up because that's how I was raised. Some of us are just cut from different cloths. But a lot of people owe me their freedom to me. And you know who you are. I'm not going to put your name out there, but I went to prison for my friends, so my friends wouldn't have to. So if I could have freed my mother, don't think that I wouldn't.
That's a bad. So let me ask you this. I want to take you. I want you to get, I just want to take you. Because I'm looking at you. You're a confident dude. You're a real confident dude. Like, very. Like, you're sure, like your speech is measured. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not just, you don't shoot to be shooting.
No.
So I'm going to ask you this. How long before you knew the people was on your ass? Real talk. Like, I mean the curse. How long did you knew before the people was down on you to try to shut your situation down? Did you get any kind of wind? Did you kind of feel it? Was it in the air?
I never knew that the feds were after me until about, I want to say it was about a month before everything happened. And it was, I'm not going to put her name out there because she didn't change her life around.
Yes.
But it was a female. And she came to me one night and she was drunk. And she said, Marty, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I didn't say nothing about you. I didn't say nothing about you. Oh. And I was like, what are you talking about? And she's drunk. Yeah. So, you know, but my mama told me, a drunk person speaks a sober mind.
You better bet it, Jack. So
when she kept saying, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, she said, you need to get away, you need to get away. And I was like, she's drunk, man. This girl is drunk, you know what I mean? But it resonated with me. But I still had no clue that it was the feds. I always knew that the state, James City County, they had a job to do.
Most definitely.
They had a job to do. Their job was to catch me. My job was to not get caught.
That's so bad.
So I understood that.
That's so bad.
I understood that, and so, you know, I was supremely surprised when I found out it was the feds, because I had no clue about the feds. So it was about a month.
So let me ask you this: when she told you that, right, and you said it resonated, like, what was your preparation tactics, just in case? You know, when the feds come, they already know. So, like, where were you going? Because, you know, people don't know what it's like to have an indictment of that magnitude. You know, that when they come knocking your door, they ain't gonna sit at the table when you go home. You're going away for it.
Let me just say this to you, and I'm just gonna put it out there. You know, this is the truth. You know, my fiance at the time wasn't from this country. Okay. She wasn't from this country. Okay. So if they didn't have my mother, I wouldn't be here. That's
a bang. You heard that. So now I already know. Because that was going to be my next question. Because I'm going to tell you the way I got incarcerated was the most humbuggest nonsense. I was going to get a hot dog from Hot Dog King in Newport News. I swear, it was a nice day. And I got 10 years out of it. I swear to you. I was going to get a hot dog from Hot Dog King. I was chilling. Next thing I know, I had James City County. I had Newport News Gang Task Force looking at me. I'm looking at them. They got guns. I got my kids. I'm like, whoa, this is deep.
Hey, yo, I mean, well, you lucky. You're better than me because when they went into my house.
So hold on, wait. They came to your crib and got you?
No, I wasn't there.
Okay.
I wasn't there. You know, I was on my way home, and I was talking to my fiance on the phone, laughing and joking and playing with her, and I heard them when they kicked the door in.
Holy shit.
But my girl told me at the time, my fiance at the time told me, she said, I'm so glad you wasn't here. She said, because they didn't come to arrest you. They came to kill you. And I said, why you say that? And she said, because they had ski masks on.
Oh.
And so, knowing the life that I'm living, you come in my house with a ski mask on, I don't care what kind of shirt you got on.
We hitting at that.
You understand what I'm saying?
That's bad.
You understand what I'm saying?
Most
So,
definitely.
I thank God for that too, because God was in the midst even then.
Most definitely, that's a big hand. And for you to hear it, you know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, I'm sorry for your people that experienced that, but for you to have to hear it and just know the intuition and know what to do, your queen was on your side too, man.
Ain't no question.
So I'm gonna say you grooming well. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm pretty sure she ain't come, equipped with the rules for this life. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So let me ask you this: now that you know what I'm saying, you had to go through your ups, your downs, your mids, your lows. What would you say? We already talked about mom. We're gonna let that one go.
Right.
Beyond that, what would you say would be like? I would like to know your lowest point while you was incarcerated, and then I would like to know your highest point while you were incarcerated. Because people don't know that you have laughable moments. We laugh and joke too out here in there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You having jokes and you eat good food. You have a moment where you in your environment and you deal with that environment. So what was your lowest moment and then what was your highest? You know what I'm saying?
My lowest moment was 2004, April of 2004, my mom passed away.
I get that. That's heavy. That's my grandmother's birthday.
Yeah.
I swear to God, it's my grandma. You know what's crazy? My grandmother just passed away.
Yes.
I swear.
It was
That's crazy, bro.
2004. That was my lowest point because at that time, when my mom passed away, I felt as though I lost my foundation because my mom was everything. You know what I mean? To me, even though we were separated, she still was everything.
Yeah.
And so that was the lowest point for me. Now, my highest point was when I finally decided to give my life to God.
Okay.
That was the highest point for me because, believe it or not, when I say everything changed, everything changed.
What made you want to make that conversion? Like, what made you want to say, you know what? Because, people don't know that me and Maurice used to be in the church. I actually had the Bible. I was deep in the Bible.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, let's not get that misconstrued. Like, I know it.
Well,
you know what I'm saying? So,
what made me want to give my life to God was, man, because I got tired of hating.
You heard that?
I had so much
He acknowledged, I don't want to cut you, but I want y'all to hear that. Let that sink in. He got tired of hating, bro. That's a man that could admit that. Most of us can't even use the word because we don't like to be looked at as that. Continue on. That's dope. That's super dope.
I got tired of harboring so much hate in my heart, and because it was eating me up from the inside out. Because I was hell bent on revenge. That's the truth. That's the honest truth. Nothing but the truth.
What was your hatred towards? Like, honestly, like what was it geared toward?
I went to trial.
You went all the way.
I fought.
Holy shit! I
went to trial.
Okay. How long was your duration?
Huh?
How long was you in litigation for?
Well, our litigation lasted for 2 years.
Shit.
But my actual trial, lasted for 2 weeks. Damn. And I can remember every face and every name that got on that witness stand and testified against me. And I just had so much hate in my heart and I harbored so much hate in my heart, and I just got tired of hating, man, because it was effectually eating me up from the inside out, and I was hell bent on revenge. And I just got to the point where I was like, you know what? I woke up one day, and I can admit this. I woke up one day, man, and my heart was hurting so bad because I couldn't smile. I couldn't smile, and I mean, people was laughing and joking around me. Like you said, we laugh and joke. When you in prison, you have your good days, you have your bad days.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know them holiday meals.
Oh, put it together. Who made the swole nigga? Yeah. I got the pepperoni. Yeah. When holiday packages come out. Yeah. Holiday packets come through.
Yeah, you check your books and your money.
The bag, yeah.
You got that bag. It was days like that. So,
yeah.
But I couldn't smile, man. I couldn't smile. This particular day, I couldn't smile. I didn't want to smile, and I just had so much hate. Yeah. And one of my best friends, who was from New York, he told me, he said, "Man, Marty, what's wrong, man?" He said, "You tired, ain't you?" And I just looked at him because I mean, it takes somebody to know you to know. And he said, "You tired?" I said, "Yeah, I'm tired."
You know a dude named Alvin Stallings, don't you? He knows you real well.
I can't remember.
He's a light-skinned brother from Portsmouth, Virginia, probably about this, probably a little shorter than that. But we was at St. Brad's Correctional Center. And first we was at Powhatan. So when I said Williamsburg, he was in the feds with you. And the first thing I heard his mouth was your name.
Oh, yeah.
I swear to you. This nigga was like, "Man, yo, Marty Wright, that's my dude, that's my guy." I'm like, "Word?" I'm like, "Yo, this nigga's a monster. How do you know this guy?" You know what I'm saying? Remember, I don't know nothing about you.
Right.
But he spoke highly of you. That's why when Maurice was telling me that she was gonna come through, man, it blew my mind. And I was lightweight, letting him know I wanted to do this. I wanted to do this. It was like, I wanted to do this.
Yes, sir.
And I wanted to do it because I don't give a shit. I'm the unbiased person in this. I don't know you, you don't know me. So the questions I ask you cannot harm you because I know nothing.
Right.
And I want you to tell your truth.
That's right.
You know, that's what we're here for. We're here. This is your platform, brother. Man, you being here right now, I got to crowd promotion of niggas. Fuck all that. You know, I'm emotional. Because this right here is what it's about. If y'all don't understand, this brother was silenced for 20-some thousand years, bro. And with no release date, am I correct? Like, let them know what that's about. Like, you was not supposed to be sitting next to me, bro. Like, seriously, man.
Well, like I said, my original sentence was 3 life sentences in 25 years.
Fuck. Shit.
But, they ran my life sentences together, so it was life plus 25.
So what is life when you fell? Because you fell before the new mandate or after the new mandate?
No, I fell under the new law.
You did? Okay, so what is life now? Because life back then was 65 years of age. Life is natural life now, correct?
Natural life.
Now, how the hell did you shake that?
Well, that's a story in itself.
Okay.
But one thing I will say this. And I said this yesterday, man, when you in prison, when you go to prison, and you sentenced to that amount of time, you either gonna lose your mind or you gonna find yourself.
That's a ban.
It's one or the other.
That's a ban.
You're gonna lose your mind or you're gonna find yourself. And me, I chose to find myself. And I did that through faith. My faith in my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, man. I rep Christ to the fullest.
Supposed to. So you on the chain too. You're doing right by it. I love it. Both of them.
So, having that type of time, my faith was everything. It sustained me. The faith sustained me. The love of my family sustained me. And to be able to make it through is a miracle to me. And it's a miracle to me even though it happened to me. Because the way things happen, it's nothing but God.
That's a ban.
You understand what I'm saying? Nothing but God. And I was able to give back my time piece by piece. But I did it the right way.
That's right. He ain't got to get nobody up to get from over other that. You understand me?
I did it the right way. And that's one thing I'm proud of. And I told my man yesterday who was at Highland Park, I told him yesterday, he said, "Man, I didn't know you were going to come out here." I said, "Man, one thing about me I'm proud of, I can always say this and I will always be able to say it for the rest of my life. And as long as I live, I can go anywhere and show my face anytime and never be afraid."
That's a ban. Not regardless of your team, you can't.
Never.
That's a ban.
Because I've harmed no one in a manner to put someone in my place where I should have been. I did everything the right way. I came home the right way. I went in prison the right way. And I'm walking the right way now.
Yeah, that's deep. I wish I had some sound effects. I'll put some clapping shit on right now. We're clapping.
I'm proud to be able to say
You're supposed to be proud. Let me ask you this. You speak about your kids. Did the time you was away, did that affect your relationship with your children?
No, well, one thing I can say this, man, one thing about this, I was able to maintain my relationship with my children. My two oldest children, are the ones that I'm the closest to. And, they rode with me my whole bit. My girls, both of my college graduates.
Salute to that. Salute college graduates. That's black excellence at its greatest. That's college. HBCU?
Yes.
Which one?
Virginia Union.
Okay.
And Virginia State.
Okay. Let's get it going. You hear? See? Y'all want to try to downplay somebody because they do what they do to survive and feed their family. That man come from the, as my big bro say, the mud. See what I'm saying? He come from that. And look at his children. Come on, man.
I'm proud of them, man.
Salute to that. Black excellence, man.
I'm proud of my girls, man. I'm proud of all my kids, you know what I'm saying? And,
how many kids you got? Keep it back. 12.
No.
7.
No.
5. How many?
7.
You got 7? The God number, the perfect number. That's crazy, right? He got the perfect number. 7 kids, y'all know 7 is the God number. It's also the perfect number. And he got 7 children. And he walked with God. Pay attention to what's happening in this man's life, man. That's Jesus, man.
Yeah, so, and one thing I will say about this, man, especially with my two oldest children, their mothers was great by allowing me to still be daddy.
That's the thing.
Even though I was away, they still allowed me to be daddy. I used to, when my kids didn't act up, my children never, ever had a whooping until their daddy went to jail, because I didn't allow it.
Oh shit, that's deep.
Right?
Yeah.
And when they acted up, I was allowed to correct them even from prison with punishment. So my children's mothers really, really were great. They were great letting me be daddy and not stopping my kids from coming to see me. And like I said, they rode with me the whole time, man. And my daughters, to honor me, they went to college because that's what I pushed on them. I pushed them to be the best that they could be.
Most definitely.
To always conduct themselves like a lady.
Let me ask you a real question. Did you honestly think you'd be back out here?
Yes, I did.
You did? From the moment they came through, you knew you was going to come back out here?
No. That's not the case. And like I said, unless you've been through what I've been through, you really won't understand what I was saying, right? But I will say this. I thought I was done.
Yeah.
Because when your sentence starts with an alphabet, when your sentence starts with an alphabet, not a number, starts with a letter.
The big funny looking one is like that.
You know what I mean? You tend to think you washed up.
Washed up?
You know what I mean?
Washed up, folded, and put away for never to be seen again.
We tend to think that you buried alive. You understand what I'm saying?
It's a Goodwill shirt.
But when, again, my transformation from being the average man to a spiritual man. I'm not a religious person. I'm a spiritual person.
I respect that. I definitely know the difference. I definitely respect
A lot
that.
of people don't. But kudos to you for knowing the difference.
Thanks.
But when I transitioned to being a spiritual person, just the same way that I'm talking to you right now, God spoke to me. And God told me, I'm going to release you. And from that moment, I was on a 7-day fast. I was on a 7-day fast. No food, no water for 7 days. And praying and fasting, God spoke to me. This is plain as I'm speaking to you right now. And I told him, I cried out to him. Now, as a man, I can admit this. This was the scariest time of my life during this time. Because I had made up my mind to ask God, just tell me the truth. Am I going to spend the rest of my life in prison? Because if I am, I'm going to serve you regardless. But I need to know. You created me. You know who I am. I need to know. So just tell me. Now, the building didn't shake. None of that happened. And I didn't hear nothing from him for 3 days. 3 days passed after I said that prayer. But in the course of studying and praying, 3 days later, God spoke to me. And he simply said, I'm going to release you. And from that moment, I held on to the sound of that voice. I held on to that promise. And when nobody else believed me, I believed. And my faith is what brought me home.
Absolutely. Now I'm going to say this, and what I'm about to say is with great respect to you, So please don't take it no way. But I'm going to say some real G shit right now.
Okay.
Regardless how you feel, you were part of helping destroy your neighborhood. Not in a negative way.
Yes.
Vibe with me on this one. Anytime, myself included, provides those pharmaceutical with destroying, we might not be doing it in a manner that's readily visible or attainable, but we're doing it.
No.
So let me ask you this. That was a twist question. I mean, it's a twist statement because I respect that you did what you did to get money, and I understand you was feeding your family. So with that, I believe in killing. I believe certain niggas need to be dead. Not that you should go shoot him in the face, but I'm saying death is. Let me clear this up. Death is needed, and I stand by that because the Bible even tells you that the God is the one that exacts vengeance. He tell you don't do nothing. He got it. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta understand, God ain't gonna come down in some kind of weird way. He's gonna use the pieces on the board that he got to make things happen. You understand what I'm saying? So the reason why I believe what you had to go through is because Centerville needed a voice. Centerville needed a face. I tell you, when I got there, they told me there was a store on the corner. Well, there's a store now, and there was a store there back in the day. When I came out there, the apartments was green, and it was a bunch of them little Smurf houses all over. And they tore the front side down, tore the other side down. The other side was just a field. It was just the back side. Then somebody came and made it white with the burgundy shutters on it right now.
Okay.
So I'm asking you, as of right now today, what do you see that Centerville may need, and what do you feel you're gonna do to uplift and bring that community up just one level? It ain't gotta be a half a level. Since you contributed to those things so many years ago, and you got a name with you, what's your next step? What's the next 25 years about?
Well, that's a great question, and fortunately, I have a good answer.
Okay, I'm ready to hear this.
What I think is needed is, and this is not just Centerville, this is in every community, no matter where it is. There is a great lack of leadership.
Say it again. That was there. Say it again.
There's a great lack of leadership in every community. Because here's the bottom line. When there's no leadership, there's chaos.
Most definitely.
And what are we seeing?
Chaos.
Chaos. So, for me, and I shared this with Tony and some other brothers, for me, one word describes my mission: to help better individuals that's coming from where I'm coming from. Because nobody can tell me that I can't relate to them.
True. Not what you're walking.
Not from the gang life, not to poverty, not to not having it all. Nobody can tell me, man, you don't know what I'm going through. You can't relate to me. I can relate to it all. I've been through it. So for me, there's one word that describes and holds true to me what I need to do and what my mission is. And that word is atonement.
Okay, now break that. Hey, give the people who don't know what that word, I think I heard Jay-Z say the word atonement, but you heard a human say it. I mean, Jay-Z's human too, but not a recording artist in your favorite like it. Now can you break that word down to them?
Atonement, in its most common sense, is restoring what was destroyed. Giving back. Paying penance for your actions. And like you said, yes, I contributed greatly to the destruction of my community. I did that. You know, out of ignorance or not. I did it. However, all at the same time, I believe that God spared me. I believe that God brought me home, that He rescued me. Because a lot of us, you say, man, I'm in the belly of the beast.
Most definitely.
Well, no, I wasn't in the belly of the beast. Because anything that goes in the belly comes out the drought.
That's so bad. You know what the drought is? The brown
Understand
stuff.
what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So I like to say, when I was away, I'm in the fiery furnace.
Burning.
And fire either destroys or it purifies.
And that's a band. You need
So-
you need fire to make steel hard.
I ain't destroyed.
No, you're not.
So I must be
Hey,
pure.
you look good, by the way. You got to be a strong 41.
No.
I'm being nice. You said 50. I was going to say 92, but you said it.
But yeah, so
I was going to say 91 for real.
that's where I'm at with it, man. You know, atonement, man. You know, giving back, atoning for the things that I've been through, and atoning to the things that I've done, and atoning for the things that I put people through.
Let me ask you this. I appreciate that. I'm gonna ask you this, and then I'm gonna get out of the way. I want you to just talk, and you can have the floor, and I want you to say like, give people something positive. I'm gonna get out the way. I just want you to have like,
you ain't
three. I got you, because I want you to have like 3 minutes of camera time to yourself, because it's very pertinent to your story. Like seriously, I know you got something you gotta say, even if it's just a motivational speech, slogan. Even if you say, "Hey, God bless," I'll come back and sit right next to you. I don't care.
I got you.
But I want to say this: do you feel like being home and knowing your past, do you feel like there are people that walk around that are still with respect to you now, like still fearful of you from your old days? Or do you think they've grown with you to the point where I'm not that guy, that guy's different?
Well, there's always gonna be people who fear things that they don't have no knowledge of.
Sure, dude.
And that's the thing that we never ever can forget. People are fearful of things that they don't have no knowledge of. And a lot of people out there that talk about me, a lot of people out there that may be fearful of me, most of them have never met me.
Yeah, that's pretty neat. So that's crazy that you got an attachment to your name that you didn't even really earn rightfully. Like some people have a fear of you, don't even know you.
Well,
I wish I was a kid. I want some damn ice cream right now. I feel like a goddamn slush pop right now.
well, that's what I'm saying. Most people that, like I said, that talk about me, most people that call my name, most people that, like I said, they may have their fear in their heart, you know, for whatever reason. A lot of them have never met me. And those that have met me don't know me. You know what I mean? Because I heard a lot of people, even when I was away, when guys would come into prison, yeah, man, I know such and such. He said he know you. And I had to tell him respectfully, he don't know me.
Yeah, he don't know you.
He said, how you figure he don't know you? He talked about you. I said, because if he knew me, I would know him.
That's a bang. That's what knowing a person means.
That's what knowing a person is.
That's a bang.
When you know somebody, man, there's a relationship there. You know what I mean? And so, to answer your question, yeah, it's gonna be people out there, and then you got people who, man, this is the thing that really, it's not discouraging because I expected it, but you got people who's out there, they're putting bad bones on my name right now.
Oh, they've been doing it. When you put it on Facebook, you know what the first thing they said? Oh shit, Marty Wright home. Everybody went back to 1995. I just swear, I wasn't even living. I thought, I'm gonna keep man with you. I thought New York was everywhere. I thought every place you went was New York. I just thought it was just like a country part, and then where I was at. I'm from the Bronx.
Right.
So, you know, you got something on your name that not a lot of people got on their name though. And it's not a good. We're not glorifying, but we're gonna keep it a band though. You know, you're responsible. Like so they say. Allegedly, I use that word because we are media. It's not a podcast. We're a media network, so we gotta use the word allegedly now because we stepped our game up. So allegedly, you're responsible. Allegedly, you're considered a kingpin. Allegedly, you're responsible for starting a notorious street gang. You see that? You don't have too many people that have both of those. Tuki was responsible for starting a dangerous street gang. Correct. He's not responsible for being a kingpin. He's not known for that. You feel what I'm saying? John Gotti is known for being a kingpin. He's not known for starting a street gang. He's known for being part of a street gang. But you actually have both. How do you carry that right now in this day and time, knowing that information that you come from that? Because you got to understand our past is what makes us today. A lot of people say, oh, I would change this. I wouldn't change nothing about my life because that means I have regret. That means I'm not satisfied with the person I am now. Do you have any ounce of regret for anything you've been through?
Well, I'm going to say this, you know, and I have to say this from the heart. Everything happened the way it was supposed to happen. So me sitting here saying, well, I would change this, I would change that, you know, like you said, I agree with you 100%. That would mean that I regret. But if I didn't have my past, then I wouldn't have the future.
That's bad.
I wouldn't have the man that I was help create the man I am today. So, you know, carrying that and it's not an honor, but carrying that knowledge of how people see me and how I'm viewed by a lot of people comes with a lot of responsibility.
It does.
But like I said, I carry the responsibility of changing the narrative.
I'm glad you said that. Because we had this discussion the other day. I feel like, and that is amazing that you said you have the responsibility of changing the narrative.
Yes.
I feel like I didn't change the narrative, so why should I pick up the responsibility to change it? Now, in your world, to a large degree, with much respect, you did change the narrative, so you got to be the one to change it back.
Right. So
that's something.
Well, from me to you,
yeah.
Who's best to tell your story?
Me.
That's why it's your responsibility to change the narrative.
That's okay. I'm gonna step off, man. I know you got something powerful for the people, man, and I want to see you give them something, and I just want them to look at you and hear you, so they can feel the sincerity that I feel sitting next to you. I don't even know this is a pleasure for me. I don't even know this man. This man is responsible for the tide of time I live on, being what it is today, whether you look at it as bad or good. One thing you can say when you hear Centerville, that shit go from Centerville all the way to Chickahominy, all the way to goddamn Tawana, all the way past that. So it's bigger than just a neighborhood. And now this man is here. I'm gonna get the hell out the way. I gotta drink some beer anyway. You don't want a cup empty. Slide over, tell your story, bro. For real, man. Get them people something deep, man. For real. You wanna wear the hat? You wanna feel like you were deacon or something?
No, I'm okay. Well, from me to you, to everybody out there that's listening, I know there's gonna be people that doubt my sincerity and doubt my truth, and that's okay. It's okay, because one thing I'm good at, I'm showing improvement. That's one of the things that I'm very good at, to show improvement. I would say that there's a lot of good things coming down the pipe. We're going to get out there and start doing things in the community, and my goal is to help young men become better, because the truth of the matter is there is a lack of leadership, and people are not telling these young men what it's really hitting for. So my goal, my mission, and the passion that I have is to teach men the way that I was taught. I have mentors, I have mentees, and my goal is just to help people, man. To help men become better, because you either become bitter or you can become better. The choice is yours. I chose to become better. Now, I'm not perfect. I would never tell anybody that I'm perfect, but I will say this: I'm better, and that's all that anybody can ask of me, to be better. And I'm going to leave y'all with one thing, man, and one thing that I really want y'all to take to heart. Value the small things, the little things. Because when they're gone, they're gone. And nothing feels worse than having the little things that you can never get back. Time, Time. Tender, intimate moments every day. Share those moments with the people that you love. Show the love while they're here. Don't cry when they're gone. Show them that love. Spend that Time. Remember that, man. If you don't remember anything else I said today, remember that. Time. Because time is the only thing you can never get back. And it's priceless. God bless.
So we gotta hold the team back there. They're helping us out. We apologize. Thank you, man.
My pleasure.
Thank you. This is what we do here, man. Positive, inspirational, uplifting, motivational, conversational, registrational, anything with a shalom on it. This is what we do up here. I'm gonna let you go, brother, man. Thank you very much.
Thank you, brother.
I love you, man. God bless.
God bless.
Man, that's dope. Something to talk about.